This is Fieldsports Channel News. An onslaught of new legislation is affecting the well-being of Scotland's gamekeeping community. That's the view of the Scottish Gamekeepers Association. New rules on deer management, snares and grouse moor management have left Scotland's countryside community reeling. The SGA says that the Scottish Government is acting in opposition to hundreds of years of tradition, adversely affecting employment and the mental health of thousands. It says its 5,300 members are sick of being ignored in so-called consultations and that their morale is at an all-time low.
It can't be sustainable, particularly when these are the type of people with exactly the right type of skills the Scottish Government is going to need in the future if they're going to deliver their targets in the countryside, whether that's for biodiversity or for climate.
Scottish land managers have acted to reverse a potential snare ban. 150 of them have signed a letter to the Scottish Government to try and stop a block on using snares to control predators. The Rural Business Association, Scottish Land and Estates, says the government is ignoring scientific evidence about the use of humane cable restraints to protect ground nesting birds and livestock. A consultation on the use of snares formed part of the debate leading to the new Wildlife Management and Muirburn Bill, which is currently going through Scotland's Parliament. Meanwhile, in Wales, the snare ban is already in operation. New legislation has come into force this week, banning the use of both snares and glue traps for predator control. Anyone caught using illegal traps can now face prosecution. The Welsh Government has been criticised for the move. Basque says ministers also ignored the science and that wildlife will suffer as a result of the ban. Police are on the trail of a buzzard killer. A third buzzard in 4 months has been found in what North Yorkshire police call suspicious circumstances in the Rosedale area of the North York Moors. An X-ray reveals that it was shot. It's now with vets. The connection between anglers catching fish and then taking them for the table needs to remain. That's the view of both competitors and a game dealer who's been working with competition anglers for the last 20 years. Anglers fishing in the recent Airflow Open Championship at Rutland Water kill all their catch, a maximum of 8 fish each. The fish are then sold on for charity to local game dealer Leo Hunt. From next year, though, anglers will only kill their first 2 fish while employing catch and release on the rest of their bag. Leo believes it's important the link between catching fish and eating them remains.
It's coming straight out of the water, isn't it? I'm collecting it now and it'll be on the table sometime tomorrow for a lot of people. I take it back to retail outlets where it's all cleaned up, processed or whatever we need to do with it. So I feel it's very important. It preserves the stocks.
And you'll hear more about the story surrounding that competition on Fieldsports Britain in a few weeks' time. Meanwhile, hunting in Spain is about to get a digital boost. Hunty is a search engine based in Valencia which helps to connect hunters to hunting adventures in Spain. It has just won €1.2 million funding from investors as a startup. It says it hopes the cash will help the company revolutionise the hunting sector. At the same time, Spain passed a range of animal rights laws, including a ban on pet shops and mandatory training for pet owners, though the laws do not include gun dogs, hounds or bullfighting. Countryside organisations are already planning for Labour winning power in the next general election. The Countryside Alliance has told the party it must reconnect with rural voters to be taken seriously when campaigning begins for the general election, which is expected next year. At the last election, Labour won just 1 in 5 votes in rural areas. Labour has told the CA it has targeted 150 seats it needs to win to take control of the government, with 50 of them in significantly rural areas. Bluefin tuna researchers were surprised to find that one of the fish they were tracking was heading up the M5 and M6. The answer came in the form of holidaymaker Brian Shuttleworth, who found the tracking device while on holiday in Cornwall. It had fallen off its tuna. BBC radio stations helped track down Brian, who lives in Lancashire, and returned the device to Exeter University. The Nordic Safari Club has released a powerful film about the fate of a family of elephants. The club has been trying to give away the elephants for more than 9 months, asking animal rights celebrities who campaign against hunting if they would put up the money to find the animals suitable habitat. The elephants have now been culled because nobody has room for more elephants in southern Africa. Animal rights NGOs came to the area to view the elephants. And finally, the human voice is scarier to wildlife than a lion's roar. That's one of the findings by scientists who studied animals in the southern African savannah. They tested the reaction of prey, including both giraffes and impala, to both the roar of a lion and to a human voice. Scientists from Western University in Ontario say the study shows humans are now the planet's super predator. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.